What's up, everyone? Got another podcast interview with Victoria from Pseudopharms. So I'm very excited to have her on. She just opened up a retail store in Ohio. So I wanted to ask her about, kind of her journey opening that up. And yeah, if you guys have questions as well, please hit them up in the comments and I'll ask her them. Like I said, she just opened up a store, so what's going on right now? All right, it's connecting. Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Thanks for hopping on and joining me with this.
Thanks for inviting me. I'm pumped.
Yeah, no, I just started this a few months ago, and I've done like 8 or 9 of them, but it's really cool because, I like to just network and create relationships with people in the cannabis industry. And yeah, so it's awesome. Well, you have some very exciting stuff going on recently with you. I saw that you opened up your store about, around Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, actually, that was very accurate.
Yeah. Well, that's really exciting. Congrats on that, by the way. That's, not an easy thing to do. And so I kind of wanted to ask you a little bit about kind of your journey on opening your store and kind of why you decided to open up a retail store.
Absolutely. It all started with a blog about the Mandala effect, actually, and finding connectivity and awareness, and kind of expanded onto natural products, and those products led to CBD products because it's the legal market in Ohio. We got our stuff in a couple different stores around the area. And then Ohio actually shut down CBD availability. It was not allowed. So we had to recenter and try to remarket everything and come up with new products. And then it was federally legalized. And very quickly we went to multiple events and they were very successful. And we ended up finding this place and opening it up pretty quickly. And even without a sign, we have like regulars coming in all the time talking to us about how much CBD helps them. And it's so exciting because the ultimate goal is a huge grow and a dispensary and our own line of all products. And we're actually one of the first companies on the Ohio ballot to do hemp agriculture. So it's been pretty cool to the cannabis industry and meeting all these different influencers and connecting with you and knowing all these people.
Yeah, no, it's a great tight-knit community, that's for sure. And it's really cool. And it's also really cool because it's a lot of younger people as well. And so I kind of like that because you're kind of working and dealing with younger people for the most part, which, is cool. I like that. I was just at a retail kind of, they do like more like glass and stuff. And the owner is like 28 years old and he's really cool. And so, yeah, it's just really fun because of that as well. Well, let me ask you, what was your biggest challenge in opening up the store?
Well, I would definitely say part of it was learning how to manage a team. I had never been in a managing position before, as well as the fact that it was like, we're kids pushing past algorithmic walls for the cannabis industry, trying to push our brand and make as many sales as we can and push our market to the local community, right? And then all of a sudden it's like, you've got $60,000, but you're going to have a store. So you have to spend 4 on a sign or 8 on a sign. You've got to get 10 on even just the displays and the stuff to furnish the store. And you've got to spend a couple thousand on, getting all the products together and the branding. And you've got to send it out to influencers. So it was like learning to be on top of it and quick and having that income to be able to get that going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, opening up a retail store is a lot of upfront costs for sure. You got to get the space, you got to get all the, you got to stock the space with merchandise, then you got to get all the furniture and all that jazz. I'm sure you have maybe a few employees or friends that are helping you out. So it's a lot of upfront costs, but once you get kind of the ball rolling a little bit, that's, you can start seeing some good revenue and things like that.
Oh, absolutely. Build like a community in their local area. You definitely start to see the people supporting you and understand the message and natural health and healing. You know what I mean? They start to see the benefits that this has to offer, especially in an area where people aren't used to cannabis. People aren't used to just being okay. I have a lot of people that get kind of nervous, but come to us for knowledge. And it's really cool to enlighten people in the area,
Yeah. Was there anything difficult about being in Ohio with anything, about opening a store or?
Luckily it was pretty smooth. The city hall didn't have any problem with it. We got our permits pretty quickly. We found a very high quality insurance company pretty quickly, which I thought was going to be a problem. We've had problems with insurance companies in past events. Other than that, it's been very smooth. So Ohio's actually been pretty accepting of it, and they're actually working on the agriculture licensing. So I pushed past actual problems in Ohio for a while, and it kind of smoothed out.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I see that you guys have a lot of your own kind of products, with the Pseudopharm label on there. Do you guys have like a CBD manufacturer that you work with that creates stuff for you, or?
Yes, sir. We have a private label lab guy. We just call him lab guy, but he's our homie.
Yeah.
Highest quality CBD products I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen an isolate so pure, so clean, so medicinal. It is amazing and high quality and well priced. So I can have my stuff well priced for our community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a private guy.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, that's really cool that you have that. That's a cool connection to have, especially in Ohio. Maybe not be the easiest place to get stuff local and all that stuff.
No, sir. Of course, to Michigan.
Do you have partners? Is he a partner, or just you?
He works with a couple different companies, but with the certain products that we pick up from him, it's like a byproduct of what he makes for them. So we're one of the few CBD companies he works with, but he's actually partnering with Mitten Extracts, which is a large company in Michigan, and they're launching a new CBD and I believe an edible line. So he's working with them recently, but not really any CBD companies.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's hop in these. Let's see what people have. Some questions. Can you say hi to my girlfriend Amy, please? Hi, Amy. How are you doing?
Hello, Amy.
Let's see. Quick question. Josh, DM me and I can help you out for sure. Also, I'm waving at all of you guys. What up? What up? Ask some questions for Victoria or I in the comments. I want this to be kind of an interactive podcast as well. So if you guys have more questions, just drop them below. Okay, so it's obviously a very new store, a month and a half, 2 months or so. Where do you kind of see your brand and your store going a year from now?
A year from now, we're hoping to expand the brand to be way more professional. I have easily 30 products in my list of like, okay, as soon as you have the investment, bitch, you do this, you do this.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to have a way wider range of products and have it in a lot more influencers' hands.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely hope to be taking our festival booth out to California, but we're also going to expand past that. So like after the next year of just like pushing this company and our products as hard as we can and improving as quickly as we can, we're going to be investing in other things like cannabis limousines, cannabis hotels, things like that. So the goal is to keep going and expanding.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think the market, is definitely growing a lot rapidly. So, you guys are definitely hopping in on a good time. And I think Ohio, there's got to be a lot of opportunity there. I don't think there's going to be much competition in Ohio possibly for what you guys are doing. So that's good, I would think.
There's only like a couple CBD companies out here. There was one OG homie company that was Toledo Hemp Center. They've been here for years. Fantastic people. Other than that, maybe like 2 or 3 in the whole set of cities around us, and then we're one of the biggest stores.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, that's really exciting stuff. You guys are definitely gonna have to take a few trips out here to the West Coast. I'm in Oregon, so you know how Oregon is. You know, we smoke a lot of weed here, and it's legal here, which is great. So there's a lot of people in the cannabis industry that work in it. Tons of stores. It's insane. I'm pretty sure there's more like cannabis shops than like Starbucks in the city of Portland now.
Okay, so I'm curious to come out there and just like bring a bunch of our products, give out free sample packs, and be like, "Yo, we can put our shit in your stores. Get us into Oregon."
Yeah.
Are there festival events around you?
Yeah. Well, there's some big trade shows. The Rad Expo is pretty big. I know that they come to Portland, and I think they do one in Seattle. And then also, I mean, the biggest trade show in the industry is Champ's Trade Show. They're the biggest ones. They're gonna be in Las Vegas in February.
Okay.
And then there's one in New Jersey in May, I believe. And then they also go to Orlando and Colorado as well.
Colorado's very close to me, so
Yeah.
let's go. Thank you.
Josh says 622 cannabis shops in Oregon, more than total Starbucks and McDonald's combined.
Thanks for putting it up. That's sick.
Yeah, no, it's a lot for sure. Go Oregon, come on over and go pot shopping. Yes.
Heck yeah.
Come join anytime.
Out. Come join the cool side.
Yeah, the West Coast is definitely a hotbed for the cannabis industry for sure. I mean, LA has tons of stuff. I mean, LA is huge. California in general.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Josh Fit, do you mind? I found a question.
Yeah, go for it.
So Josh Fit Life said, "Hello, Victoria. I was looking to grow my own hemp since growing cannabis without a medicinal patient card is hard. Is it hard to begin cultivation? It will be indoors. It depends on your state, wherever you live. For us, we would have to pay for the licensing. Now, I don't know if that's a couple $100 or tens of thousands, but if you have the funding to be able to have an outdoor or indoor grow as well as get the licensing, just check the legalities in your city. Because for us, it's like a couple thousand for the fees. And then as long as you have the warehousing and everything's up to code, you're good to go.
Yeah, I think it's very dependable on where you live, where you're at, for sure.
Absolutely.
I haven't grown any hemp, but I grew weed this last year. It's legal to grow 4 plants in Oregon per household.
No, what'd you grow?
I grew Gorilla Glue number 4 because I've grown that the year before, and that's like everyone loves that strain, and it's really prolific. So I like bigger plants because it's just fun.
And they like to bush out, man. If you top and you super crop those, they're going to go crazy. Now, did your Gorilla Glue get the fat calyxes, or was it like the thinner, leafier calyx stuff?
I mean, it wasn't that leafy. It wasn't too leafy. It was pretty dense, like buds and stuff. But yeah, I mean, they were huge plants. They're all over 7 foot. But I did 4 different strains. I did Gorilla Glue number 4, and then I did Memory Loss OG, which
what that like?
Yeah, it's like, I guess it's like an Oregon strain that like some guy in Oregon kind of came up. It's kind of super low key, but like I had to get it because of the name.
Absolutely.
And then I got Oregon Blueberry, which is kind of a runoff from the traditional blueberry, like Blueberry OG, but it's like they crossed it with some Oregon thing. And then Purple Punch. So those were the 4 that I grew. And all of them were, oh yeah, Purple Punch. Yeah. See, she knows. Yeah, those were the 4 different strains. And I like to just mix it up. You know, I like to do different ones because there's so many of them. And it's like, I don't want to do the same one. And it's just for fun. You know, I just do it for fun.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool. Oregon, yeah, it's great. So,
I'm ready for Ohio to get on this wave, man.
Oh, dude, they'll get there. Illinois just made it happen, and they're, you know, kind of. I mean, I wouldn't say they're kind of Midwest. I don't know, but yeah,
I would agree with that.
they're definitely one of the first states for sure. That's like not on the coast. That you wouldn't necessarily think would legalize cannabis, but they did.
And it gives me more hope for Ohio because I feel like we're going to be one of the last. I mean, Illinois was exciting. I never thought that they would, to be honest, but I paid attention to legislation there. So
that's what I'm saying. That's good news for you guys. I think it's all going to happen eventually.
I think so.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Canada is also a really big market too. It's all legalized there, so that could be an opportunity as well.
You should take your crops up there.
Yes, I have lots of customers from Canada. Actually, I ship to Canadian people all the time. So yeah, they love it. Well, what are some of your favorite products that you carry, if you personally use any, or you know, maybe some of your most popular products that you guys have?
The most popular are also my favorite, actually. Now, as a smoker, I really enjoy the bud because you can get very high quality indoor CBD flower that literally is better than some of the normal flower you can get out here. Yeah, absolutely. That was one of our top shelves, but I've got even better stuff. Like that is really dense. Wasn't it the
Bubba Kush? Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's Bubba Kush. Yeah, it's nice.
I would say that the bud's my favorite, but then I also really enjoy the tinctures and the salves. Like I use the salve for everything: acne, dry skin, cuts, burns, like pain, anything. And I have a lot of customers that pick it up for pain and acne too. So those are my two favorite, as well as the most popular. I have to restock here soon, actually.
So are you like, have you been using CBD for a while? Are you like, were you kind of personally like a big fan of CBD, a big advocate of CBD, and then you decided to open up a store with a bunch of CBD products? Like, is that kind of how things went?
Things went more in the direction of I'm an herbalist, and while I used cannabis and I truly believe in the wide range of benefits that cannabis has to offer, CBD was the legal option in Ohio, but I also pay attention to natural treatment altogether. So diet, exercise, spiritualism, natural ingredients in your products. So I basically started with soaps, actually, just normal soaps, but I made sure that there was no chemicals. Everything was ethically sourced. And then it eventually turned into CBD because I could push that instead of normal cannabis out here.
Yeah. No, yeah. And the CBD, I mean, with the whole federal legalization, like you said, that really opened things up, I think, for you as well.
Oh, yeah, it made it very easy. Legislation has eased up on us. The local Popo, Gestapo have eased up on us a little bit. It's been a lot nicer than I thought it would have been.
Yeah, that's really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, it sounds like being, you know, an herbalist, you'd fit right in Oregon for sure. There's a bunch of those kinds of people here. A bunch of tree huggers that you'd fit right in.
Awesome.
Yeah, you should definitely take a trip out if you can at any point.
Yeah, we plan to go to the West for sure. I'm trying to get Kevin, Smoke Pipe, I'm trying to get him to come out for quite a while now, but he promised he's coming to Hash Bash this year. It's fucking April 6th, I think, in Ann Arbor, Michigan. You should check it out. Get your smoke pipes, or because I want to carry them by that point.
Yeah,
I'll be able to smoke pipes and smoke traps.
Yeah, is that like a festival or?
Oh yeah, it's one of the most favored festivals out here. Now Kushstock has recently came here, Cannabis Cup has come out here, Hemp Con, Oktoberfest, stuff like that. But Hash Bash is like the OG here since 1972. Every stoner in Michigan just goes to the street and sets up and smokes weed. It's insane. I mean, you probably are used to this, but
Yeah. So are you guys gonna have like a little like 10-foot by 10-foot like tent table there, or are you guys just gonna go to like a tent?
No, it's a professional setup.
Okay.
this year getting the branded tent, the branded flags,
Mhm.
branded backdrop and walls and tablecloth, etc. But I actually really want to buy a kiosk now. I can get it for
Mm.
$14,000. If I get it early bird, it's only like $12,500. So it's a beautiful kiosk with a double L bar. It's got glass displays on the
Oh,
back, branding all around it. Like it's dope.
it's
So
legit.
it's legit. So I don't know which one I'm gonna go with yet. It depends on the budget at the time, but we're working
Uh-huh.
on it now. Like it's cool.
And you can also reuse those types of, you know, that's a one-time, thing. You can reuse that anywhere, really,
Exactly. It's just about tear down and set up.
Yeah. I need to, I was planning on attending the Champs Trade Show in February in Vegas. I'm not going to be able to make it because I'm working on retail packaging right now for my product. Yeah, so kind of sucks. But I was looking at booth stuff as well to get booth supplies, branded, table, backdrop, all that jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's something that I need to look into more as well.
You should. You're out in the West. It's like the best place for it. I mean, there's tons of cannabis events out near you. It's pretty scarce. Like, there's a couple that come around us, and if I don't nab them while I can, I'm screwed. And it's like anywhere from 2,000 to 20,000 per booth, and it's like you better get it because it's the only time you can.
Yeah, that's one thing that's great though too about the industry is the booth spots are fairly reasonably priced. I've been to a few trade shows in other industries, and it's like $5,000-6,000, maybe even more sometimes for a booth. So that's really good for us because it's like half that for booths.
That would be nice. And you know what? That covers our travel costs. So that really makes me wonder if it's worth the drive and the time.
Yeah, a booth the winter show for Champs is the biggest, baddest one they got. They do one in the winter and they do one in the summer in Vegas. The winter one is like the biggest one. It's like a 4-day show. And it's $2,800 for a booth.
That's it?
Yeah. It's the biggest, baddest one. And most of the time they're like $2,300. Like for the one in Orlando, the one in Colorado, like New Jersey, they're like 23. So like that's like upper priced, compared to the other ones. So
yeah, that's awesome. If everything's that cheap, that covers our travel costs. I can have my employees sit here and I'll be like, sorry, I'm going out west. Let's go.
Yeah, and Vegas is always fun. It's always a great time.
Yeah, never been there, dude. We could go. I want to take Tyler and go party for a weekend after. Money, you know what I mean, and sharing our stuff with everybody.
Yeah, no, it's great. All the influencers, for the most part, will fly out and attend, and there'll be some businesses that will sponsor an influencer and pay for their flight to come out and maybe their hotel room as well. And so, yeah, there's a lot of them there. And so it's just great for networking. Like I went to the one in the summer. I didn't have a booth. I just walked the show. Mm-hmm. And I mean, yeah, I met a ton of the Jackie, 420, Dab Matt. Yeah, it was really cool. I met Josh Kesselman, the raw guy, took a picture with him.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's cool because you get to see them in person. You watch them online all the time, and you're like, oh, you see them Dabbing Granny was there. That was badass to see her in person. She's great.
Yeah, and that's a way to create a relationship with these people and get further into networking with the influencing community of cannabis. You know what I mean? Yeah,
and everyone's really nice and friendly, and it's just fun. It's just a good time. And like I said earlier, it's a lot of it's a younger crowd. And I don't know, it's just fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. Well, that's kind of all the questions that I have for you, but I am very impressed that you have your first store open because that's really tough challenge to overcome and do. Ohio, you said it was kind of smooth, but I'm sure it's a little bit not the easiest thing to do. There's definitely a lot of hurdles you have to jump over. For me, starting, a product and things like that, it's different, but you're still kind of starting something from scratch. I feel like I can relate a little bit to your struggle. The cannabis industry, people get, we have to jump over even more hurdles than if someone were to just open up a normal retail store.
Exactly.
And so, I have a lot of respect for you. And that's really cool and really exciting. I'm very excited for you and where Pseudopharms is going in 2020 and beyond.
Thank you, man. 2020 is the year of ballin'. Let's go.
Yes, it's our year.
It's the year of pushing through all the challenges that all of us has gone through to build our own fucking brand and company, and it's going to be the year to reap these benefits because I know you've worked hard too.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. All right, well, thank you again, Victoria. I appreciate it. I will be following you on social media, and best of luck with everything.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful day. I appreciate you for having me on here.
All right.